Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning. So I guess I'm still on the business lineup this morning. So the other parts of this message is about church, okay? Any type of religious community, okay? Any religious community in the world. You know, we got different ones, okay? I don't care if you a believer of God or not. Any religious or sanctuary you have, temple or church or whatever gathering y'all have. Alright, so when it comes to the leaders of all of these organizations and things, right? Y'all have a responsibility. You have a responsibility. When you put yourselves in those positions, you have a responsibility. Okay? One part of it, you can look at it as a business, but we're going to look at it as a family first, business second. Okay? You are the person that is the human resources. You're the person that people come to. This is the leaders of the church. You're the person that the people, the congregation, or the mass, whatever you want to call it, comes to whenever they need a guidance or assistance. Sometimes in this journey, some people don't know how to fully connect and they need some advice. That's what you're there for. Human services, no different than any business. Human services, the people that do the money roll, they're the ones that, if anything goes on, they all of these different resources. It's like your 411. Okay, this is who everyone goes to. If you're going to sit back and be in these positions, right, that means you're walking out on faith and love. Okay? Love is the number one thing. Authenticity is the main force in service. If you have a congregation and you don't know everyone in your congregation, then you know that this is not a family, this is a business. And my thing is, you're not working out of love. You a savage, okay? All right, you're a savage. You're not walking out on faith. You're not walking on love. Now, I know you're probably like, how is that? All right, you're a company, right? You're receiving money, financial support. You're receiving funding. You're receiving all these things. How are you going to have people to walk into your church or whatever it is as a visitor, and you still have people that been in your church for years and they still feel like a guest? Okay? They still feel like a guest, because when they come walk past you and you giving them hugs and handshakes, if you don't know them by their names, they're still a guest. You haven't fully welcomed them all the way in. Okay? They're not at home. All right? They're still visiting. All right? You should know each member of your church name. If you don't know nothing else, you need to know their name. You didn't need to know if they're married or single. You didn't know if they have kids or not, or if they have like their family size, meaning how many people live in the home. Okay? You need to know their address and phone numbers. Now, when it comes to the main part, the names and the family member names, you need to know that. Because if you are providing a service of love, then you need to know if they are in need of something, any type of support or whatever. You need to know these things. You need to know what your congregation is going through. You need to know these things. You need to have an open door service, because technically when y'all are in these positions, y'all are representing me. You're representing God. Okay? You can't be in a position if you can't handle the position. Okay? As it comes to your clergy, meaning, I think that's the word, like the mothers of the church, the deacons of the church, or whatever you want to call them, the payroll, all of these things. Everyone should know all the members of the church. So if something goes on, you will know what's going on. Does that mean being in their personal business? No. But you should have a service line of support, so you will know if something's going on and you need to provide those services. Okay? See, I provide services through the Spirit. And sometimes there's some disconnects. That's where you connect the dots back to me. Okay? You in that lineup. That's what you do. Okay? It's like a company. We got to all run together. We got to work together. All right? If you only know the members that pay the highest tithing fee or offering, then you are a savage. You're a savage. You should know all your members, because ain't no way in the world they walking past you and you handshaking them and then they still walking out back into turmoil or chaos. But you did that fine sermon, so the sermon, or you had the people singing in the choir, right? You did all of that just for them to walk back out naked again in the world with no protection. Okay? You have to make sure that your congregation feel the armor of God every single time they walk out, because you are a teacher. You need to make sure that they will understand the lessons that they learn so they can walk out. Now, I understand their life is not in your hands, but the light is. Okay? If you don't know who the members in your congregation is, then guess what? There's a dim light somewhere. All right? There's a dim light. Every person in your congregation should be accepted and understood. Do that mean go around gossip? No. But we need to be showing real love and not just the support to your financial gain. All right? Now, when it comes to me, I'm going to throw myself in the bowl like I always do. At this present time, do I remember everyone's name? No, I'm still learning myself. But once I come into every single thing about myself, I will know each and every person's name in the world. Okay? I will know you, each and every person in the world. I don't have this position just by choice or just by, luck. I worked for this position. I earned this position. Okay? And I'm still learning the people that's in my family. Even the ones that I may not feel close to, but I still know their names. So when they start to understand what a true light is, then we can connect again. Do you understand me? So even the ones that may not be in the right mindset at this present moment doesn't mean their name's not on a list. Okay? There are 2 lists. All right? It's no different than Santa Claus. You got the good list and the naughty list. All right? And your name can be converted one or the other direction at any time and cost. Give me a second, y'all. Okay? Everyone should be able to come together and work together. If you're sitting back and shouting hallelujah, praise Jesus all day, and you don't know your congregation, but all the people, your employees do, we have a problem. You're a savage. You're a peasant. Okay? You're a peasant. You're a savage. If you want to stand in front of the congregation, then do your part. Do your work. See, y'all so busy and making sure that y'all do y'all 2-hour, 3-hour long services, but when it's time to do a roll call, you don't know the names. So you have to look at it like this. If you can't do a roll call for your own congregation, then how can I call your name when it's time? If you are truly led to be in this spot, you should know the people that's in front of you. You are the gateway. You are the ushers to the gateway. See, you thinking you at the top, but you still an usher. Okay? You're the one that's directing these people. But guess what? Before the person gets to me, I'm checking you first. Because if they came to you and you took that authority, right? Because you was led to be there, right? You was chosen. So guess what? When it comes to them walking to the gate, you're going to walk them to the gate, right? I'm going to check you before I check them. Because based off of the energy, if they came to you in trusting and to understand it, don't get me wrong, they will be judged. But I'm going to see what you have taught them in the process, because you're the teacher. I'm the principal. So I'm going to see where we at. Because before I discipline them, I will put you in detention first before I do it to them. I need to understand that. Because it's not right that they have to go to detention and then you still get to be the teacher. I want you to understand that. I do this out of love. So if you want to stand in these positions, right, and you want to sit back and play school, and you want to be the principal in the school because you're trying to pretend to be me, then you need to know all your students, no different than the classes that you're teaching. Because whenever you have a teacher to come in that is a full-time teacher or a substitute teacher, you need to check the spirit to make sure who is actually talking. Because a lot of these people that are in the positions that y'all have coming to y'all churches, they are steering your congregations away. Because even though they know the word, they don't know the word. And guess what? When that teacher goes back to their church and now your congregation is confused, it's up to you to get them back on the right learning lesson. But how will you know that if you don't know the names of the people that's in your classes? Do you understand me? And remember, even though you're the principal, you're still the janitor. You got to do some cleaning. I don't care what car, what house, I don't care what you have. You still have to do cleaning. Because you still got to clean yourself. Because every single time you come in front of this congregation, you need to make sure that your heart is in the right place before you check someone else. Do you understand? If you're providing words, but you're not providing knowledge, how can they acknowledge the word that's being given to them? So when it's come to their judgment and what goes on, you will be judged for the knowledge you provide. So I need you to acknowledge your words that you are giving. So before you have people turn left to right, you need to make sure which spirit you listening to, the godly spirit or the demonic. Because that's the judgment on you. Every time you have your congregations turn left to right, do you know that depending on what spirit they're aligning with or communicating with, when they say those words, it depends on the spirit within them, what spirit they give to someone else. Spirits talk, just no different than a reality speaks. Be mindful. No different than the songs that's being praised in the church. So don't focus so much on trying to get the minutes in. That means let me get a 2-hour sermon preached up. Don't worry about that. I don't care if you in church for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. As long as you do it from the right source, then you don't need to worry about the resources. Because the human understands who to go to whenever there's any type of confusion in the business. Because you're family. You know how to serve each other the right way. So whenever somebody's going through something in their personal life, you will know it because you check in the spirit. So when they over there weeping and they over there crying, you already know what to provide for them when I tell you it's your time to give your community the service they need. So stop sitting back and thinking that y'all over here are the gift to the world. Because if you want to play Santa Claus, be mindful of the suit that you're wearing. So I'm going to say this. If you are in a position right now and you know that you're not in the right mental space, I advise you to understand what I'm saying. Because in order for you to be in that position, you got to be mindful of the positions that you're positioning them in. And when it comes to the congregations or to the people in the churches, I'm not saying you can't go to church and listen and learn. But you also have a responsibility as the people that's sitting in the audience. It's like a movie, right? You're watching a movie. When you come in with your depression, your sadness, and your anger, Don't sit back and throw it on the floor and wait for somebody else to pick it up. Y'all know y'all go to movie theaters, y'all act like y'all know how to throw y'all food and stuff in the trash. And now all these people got to go clean up behind your tails. They got to do the work for you. And all you had to do was throw the stuff in the trash before you walked out the door. So don't sit back and think it's just on the pastors or the people, the leaders in the church. It's your responsibility too. You have to work as well. So don't sit back and throw your stuff in the church and then, on the floor, and then jump, hoop, and holler, or, whatever y'all do, bend down to your knees and stuff and just leave it there. If you're going to throw it out, throw it in the trash and then walk out the door and be happy and know and understand why you threw it away. So when the pastor picks the trash up and throw it and pray over it, you can feel delivered. But if you're throwing all that hate and all that crazy mess on the floor and hoping that the pastor take care of it because you provide an offering and tithing, don't get mad when you walk out, it's still attached to you. We all work together. We all are a service to each other. You still have a responsibility as well. So that means this. It's not about what you say, it's how you say it. Don't be afraid when visitors come in. Don't make them feel like a guest the first day. Make sure when someone comes in the house, say, welcome home. Not, is there any visitor here? Is there any guest here? Because no matter what temple, no matter what church, no matter what community, no matter what house you in, garage or whatever, you're welcoming them home. So when they come into church, don't ask, where are my visitors at? Where is the family at? Where's the family at? Any new family members here? We want to welcome you home. That's the true way. Because when you're talking about, oh, this is a visitor, this is a guest, you are letting them know you do not belong here. This is not your house. I thought this was God's house. The devil is the only one that needs you to pay before it provides services. So, be mindful on what y'all doing, okay? Because if you want to be welcome in the home, I advise you to make sure you take care of the home. You understand? We work together. We understand each other, even when it hurts. Even when you may not understand everything. Go to the human resources, and I'll give you the 411 on what you need to provide out here in your community. So when y'all have communion service, you will understand the bread and the wine that you intake. On that note, y'all have a blessed day.